Hi YouTubers. I wanted to do an after video of my paper storage. I did it before that I posted earlier today. I had taken it a while back though, and I did get to reorganize my paper storage, and things are much better now. But what I did discover is that I'm running out of room. I've got to figure out what to do. I'll show you in a bit where I have a problem. I wanted to just start down here and just kind of show you what I do. This is kind of odds and ends right there, sorry, of different paper packs. And then eventually all these bins here are labeled, if you can see that. I took the back of paper pads and got some tabs, and so they're all labeled with what's in there. And these cellophane are, my sister-in-law got a case of like 1,000 of these, and we're getting monthly shipments from Storytellers, and we put those in there because it comes with die cuts and papers, and it's all coordinating, and so we put those in these, and they're easy to get to, but they don't take up a lot of space. So these are divided by the different tabs. Like, for example, there's citrus, and so all my citrusy paper is behind there, and there's darks and there's lights, and then up here you get to, there's scenery and scouting and sports, and then up here is going to be the holidays. Like there's animals, but pretty soon up here Halloween and Christmas. And then starts my just solid color and patterned, just one color cardstock storage. And all of these bins I got at the Container Store, and I like them because they come in different sizes. Let's see, that one would be the small one, and next to it on the left in the brown is the medium, and then the blue is large. So I like that because I can pattern it to how much paper I have for that just one color. And then I just take, once I decide what color it is, and I just tie a little ribbon that color and some paper that color to that, and that's kind of a cute way. And when you look at it all at once, it's really easy to know what color's in that bin. So I can just grab that bin out if I know what color I'm going to be using. And this has worked out really good for me. The problem was I had taken a bunch of stuff out and not replaced it, put it back where it belonged. So there's my paper storage up to this point, and it is all organized. I mentioned in my last video that I had a cabinet door missing and didn't know why. Well, I asked my husband what was up. The door's here, but it's missing a hinge, and we own our own cabinet shop, and I guess there was a customer that needed the exact kind of hinge that we had on our cabinet, because it's an older cabinet that he built for me years ago, the buffet. So he just came and took the one off our cabinet. So I'm not sure when I'm going to get the hinge, but it looks a little funny like this. Anyway, so then when I'm done with the colored paper, then I've got bins with, this is all SEI paper. I love SEI and their paper, and these are divided by the group. I can't even think of it. Like all the My Fair Lady, the Fair Lady ones are there, and so the collection. They're divided by the collection. That's the word. for SEI. Now my problem that I have is I really am organized, but I am out of space. And if I pan back here, you can see that on this buffet, my husband was really nice. His brother gave him a TV and we didn't need it anywhere else. So he asked me if I wanted it in here, and I thought that was great and wonderful. So it's a TV and a VCR, or not a VCR, a Blu-ray player. So I can watch movies and stuff like that, which is all great. But when I had to mount it, I had to mount it too low because it doesn't allow me to put my paper. I didn't think I'd need any more paper storage. Well, obviously I do. And I can't put the paper bins all the way across. So this is not how I'm going to keep it. I'm going to see if I can finagle him into moving it up about a foot so that I can use all of this cabinet. So in this bin, which is just kind of laying on its side, my favorite paper for the moment is Echo Park. And so this is all my Echo Park collection kits. And it works out pretty good because I just went to scrap at somebody's house, and since Echo Park's my favorite right now, I just kind of grabbed this whole thing and took it. And that worked out pretty good. And back here I put my 6x6. I only have a few. I don't have a lot. But they're there. And then in this one, I like keeping collections together. And so I had gone and gotten a lot of the Fact and Fiction when it was for such a good price at, well, was it Michael's or Joann's? So anyway, when I had gotten it. So this is all my Fact and Fiction stuff. So I'm not really sure what to do with it right now because I'm kind of out of space. And then this bin here, this last bin, there's some more SEI because it wouldn't fit in the other. But these are my paper collection. So there's a Mombi kit that someone gave me. So I've got like 4 of those. And then there's some Graphic 45. This is all Graphic 45 that I got a Tuesday morning. And then my Mind's Eye is there. And then I've got some work-related ones. So that's it. It's still overflowing, but at least it's organized so that you can kind of get an idea. So my next project, I'll show you my next project, what it's going to be. When I was organizing, this is my antique desk, and I did go through, and this is more for just everyday stuff. It's not for scrapbooking. And so I went through and kind of organized that because that was looking pretty bad. Okay, and then the last thing I want to share with you is I'm going to turn this. This is a cabinet that wasn't in my room before. It's one my husband and son got in an auction for a cabinet shop, and it used to be, I think, for cabinet hardware, for different kinds of cabinet hardware. It's got really nice drawers here. We had used it for another part of a family business for ribbons. We make touchy-feely blankets and used ribbons, and so we were using this, and it was at my daughter's house, and it kind of got abused a little bit by her son, but she's having another baby and needed to get it out of her house, and I decided that I was going to reclaim it, and I have not organized this, but here's a bunch of crocheted trims I got at the thrift store last week, and I think I'll do one drawer of ink pads, probably a couple drawers, and then maybe a drawer of the bling. And definitely this has been cool to use that for my washi tape, and they pull right out, so if I want to work on a project and have all of my washi tapes in front of me, then I think this will work really good. So washi tape maybe in there, and then there's a thing going out around about thicker storage, and I think I'm going to use this for my for my thicker storage, and I can fit a lot in there, and they do have to lay flat, But once I open the drawer, it's really easy to tip them up. Oh, sorry. And thumb through them. And thumb through to look for what I want. And then just laying back down. So I think that that's going to work. I'll just be really careful not to overload the drawers. So that is going to be my new thicker storage. In the bottom, there's perfect spaces without drawers for my cuddle bug and the mats and all my embossing folders. And then I did find a perfect sized box right now. I just stuck all my stamps, not all my stamps, but the newest stamps that I have in there. So I probably still have, 18 drawers I haven't touched. So what I'm going to do is my next project will be to move stuff out of this cabinet and this cabinet that are smaller, that will fit in those drawers, and that will free the cabinets up for some of this stuff that is just laying around because it doesn't have a place. So we obviously don't use our wood stove, so don't freak out. We don't use it. So anyway, so there's my paper storage, and thanks for watching.